second video coming to you guys today. We talked about this morning, day one minicamp takeaways, and now the later part of the day, day two. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. And the first thing I just want to talk about is it wasn't outside today. Mike Vrabel saw that the weather was not that great, so he said, all right, for the final day of Patriots minicamp, because they said, we're not going to be working out tomorrow, we're not going to be practicing, we're going to just be doing team meetings, watching film, and just getting everything ready. We won't be out on the field, so this is the last day. But it was moved inside to the beautiful, beautiful facility that they have there. Now, I don't know if it was because it was inside or outside, but let's talk about what we saw. And this time, it was the defense that looked absolutely incredible. The past couple OTAs and the first day of minicamp, it was the offense. Drake Maye looked insane. You had the running backs looking good. You had the wide receivers breaking open for deep passes. Well, today, it was all defense. Mark Daniels, he tweeted this out. Sacks by Keon White, Clavon Chason, Milton Williams, Marcus Jones, an interception from Christian Gonzalez, and pass breakups from Marcus Jones, Alex Austin, and Cam Riley. That secondary is going to be lethal, and so is that pass rush. The one guy, Keon White, he's going to be my breakout candidate as a guy that's probably going to be starting on the edge alongside with Harold Landry. And then Mike Reese tweeted this one out, and it was probably the play of the day. Christian Gonzalez, one-handed interception, came on a play in which pressure up the middle via guess who? Keon White created disruption for Drake Maye and one-handed. Now, he said that one of the top questions was, will the O-line hold up? We'll get to that in a second, but I just want to say, if the defense looked this good with pads or without pads, how great is it going to look once we see Milton Williams, Christian Barmore, Harold Landry, and Keon White put on the pads and actually get to put force on this offensive line? You're in no pads right now. So if you ask the offense, they're going to be like, yeah, that wasn't a sack every single play. And if you ask the defense, they're going to say that it's probably a sack every single play. So it's hard to kind of judge what is what without pads on, but you could say the secondary, a one-handed grab from Christian Gonzalez. Yeah, that's what I love to see out of your star corner. Now, you saw Mike Reese's question, will the offensive line hold up? I wouldn't be too concerned about the offensive line. Yeah, you're getting guys that are just kind of learning their role. Will Campbell's still learning his role. Morgan Moses is limited as he's rehabbing his injury. The one thing that we'll talk about in a little bit is the left guard position and the center position, but Garrett Bradbury is your clear number one starter. I'd like to see Jarrett Wilson at the centerpiece maybe go at center going forward, but we'll wait until we get later down the line. I'll ask you guys. Mike Reese maybe seems a little concerned about the offensive line. Let me know what you guys think. Type C for concerned down in the comments or R for relaxed. You're relaxed. Like, hey, Brett, calm down. Everything's going to be okay. Second takeaway. And this was basically what everybody wanted to talk about. You saw my little short earlier today about Stefon Diggs speaking to the media his first time since the boat video. And, of course, the first question that they asked him wasn't about, hey, what do you feel like being a New England Patriot? What's it like being on the practice field? No, they asked him about the boat incident. Of course they did, because that's what everybody's going to want to talk about. Stefon Diggs, he was very polite about it, I'll say the least, after being asked multiple times in multiple questions, the same exact question. He was getting a little pissed off, but you could see he was staying calm. He said, I want to be as candid with you as possible, but I kind of had a thing where I don't talk about my personal life with people I don't know personally. I had a conversation with Coach Vrabel, obviously, and I'll echo everything he said. Hoping everybody's making good decisions, and I had a conversation with people in the building as well, so everything else is everything else. The particulars are internal, and he also said this. It's a conversation that's happening internally. I can't have too much of a conversation about it, and that was specifically when a reporter asked him what was in that bag. What was the pink stuff? And that's what he said. He said, I can't have too much conversation about it. He said, I've been in the league for 10 years. You can format your question many different ways. I'm going to answer it in the same way. And he said this, I want to say about 4 or 5 times as they kept asking him. He laughed and was like, you guys keep asking it the same different way. I'm going to give you guys the same answer. I can't speak about it more than I already have. So let's just put this to rest. I've heard all about it. Oh, what's in the bag? Oh, is he doing this? Is he doing that? It happened a couple weeks ago now, and since then he's posted multiple videos of him working out. He's been to OTAs multiple weeks. He's shown out. He's shown that, hey, your knee is not that bad. And Diggs, he's been dedicated to the Patriots and dedicated to his rehab. I'll bring this picture or this tweet from Savage Sports that they tweeted out yesterday from day one of OTAs. And you can see that's Stefon Diggs on the field cutting. He tore his ACL within a year, and he's already doing that. He's been dedicated to his rehab and to the New England Patriots. So just throw all the personal shit to the side. He likes to have fun. So what? When it comes down to it, he's on the field. He's working. He's working. So everybody just throw everything away. Put the bad stuff to rest. Stefon Diggs is a Patriot, and he's not going to cause any more commotion. Now, finally, he got to talk about what it was like being here in New England and working with his teammates and working with Coach Vrabel and working with Drake Maye. He said, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be back at work, seeing the guys, being around the guys. Football is the main thing, and the only thing I care about is winning. Keeping the main thing the main thing. Obviously, that's what he cares about. You can have fun on the side as long as you show up to work the next day. That's all that matters, and that's all I care about. Now, he also spoke about being the number one wide receiver in New England, which he expects to be. And they also asked him, do you expect to be ready week one? And he said, well, if it was up to me, I would be ready week one. But if not, well, then something would be a little different. But I think he's going to be ready week one. I personally think he's going to be ready week one. So I'm hoping that he's there, and we'll see. Now, before we get into any more takeaways, you can get a Drake Maye jersey on sale today. Go to chatsports.com/MayeJersey, and you can get yours for 20% off. It's $103.99, but if you don't want Drake Maye, you go to the same link. You can see all of the jerseys, all of them. This is Nike Week at Fanatics, people. 20% off every single Nike jersey. So if you don't have one, get yours today, chatsports.com/MayeJersey. We're going to have that in the comments and description of today's video. Now, speaking of Drake Maye, I will say that's one thing that is probably a takeaway in that he struggled for the first time since his first OTA that we saw last week. But it's not the end of the world. Mark Daniels, he tweeted out the stats. Now, the one thing I will say, can you, Patriots beat writers, can you please get this right? I've seen some people say 9 for 13. I've seen some people say 10 for 15. Which one is it? Please tell me which one it is. But Drake Maye, 9 for 14. I mean, that's not terrible, but he did throw an interception. But that was a big one. The defense brought the heat. The defense looked better than we have seen them throughout OTAs and throughout minicamp. Evan Lazar, he works for the Patriots as a reporter. He tweeted this. Drake Maye finds Hunter Henry on a crosser with the Patriots tight end making a one-handed catch in stride. So still looking good. But the defensive highlight was Gonzo on a fade in press, making a one-handed grab. And Gonzalez is in He said Gonzalez is in mid-season form this spring, so he's getting ready, gearing up, and just showing people that how much he's been disrespected. But overall, Drake Maye, I wouldn't be too concerned. He's not going to be perfect. He almost was perfect through 2 practices. Through the last day of OTAs and the first day of minicamp, he was passing at 82.3%. You're not going to keep that up. You're just not. Name me an NFL quarterback that can throw the ball 82% of the time completion percentage. It's just not going to happen. Overall, though, from what I've seen, he looks good. It looks like he's getting into that Josh McDaniels type of offense. He's learning the system and getting on pace and on connection with a lot more of his teammates than we saw in that first day. He had a little miscommunication with Kyle Williams, but now it feels like they're locked in. And hopefully, once we see Stefon Diggs getting full team drills, once he's cleared, that's when this offense will really start to come to form rather than just seeing a bunch of wide receivers on the field. You're going to have about 6 of them on the roster going into the 53-man roster, so I'm looking forward to see that once we get to training camp all the way in July. Fourth takeaway, Cole Strange is your starting left guard. And this was about news that when I was scripting this video, it came out, and I was almost done, but I had to add this. And Mike Reese, he talked about this. There was only 2 people that didn't show up to mandatory minicamp, and Wes Schweitzer was one of those people, and I thought it was just personal reasons, but it was a personal reason because he decided, I'm done playing football. He's going to retire, and that leaves Cole Strange as your number 1 projected starter. You had Tyrese Robinson getting a couple reps, but I don't think that it's going to happen. So here are your left guard candidates. Cole Strange, City So, Layden Robinson, Jared Wilson, and Jack Conley, the undrafted free agent. One person I'd like to see probably maybe get some reps at left guard is Jared Wilson. I've said it multiple times, and I'll just reiterate myself over and over and over again. Go watch Forged in Foxborough. It's on YouTube. It's free. It's on this website right here. So you can go type that in after you watch this video, and you will see that the Patriots loved Jared Wilson coming out of Georgia. So I'd like to see him get a couple of snaps at left guard, because if you look at the offensive line, everything looks great except for that left guard position. And you really don't have – it's just like Cole Strange, it's by default. I think if he's healthy, prove it, because you're on your last year of your deal. They declined your fifth-year option. So it's a make or break, do or die for you, Cole Strange. If you don't play well, you're not going to get paid, and you're going to end up as a backup on some other team. But for now, he is your starting left guard. And then my last takeaway is kind of sad. It's the last time we see the Pats until July. Mike Vrabel was kind of happy about it. He was like, I get to go and play golf. I get to do all of this. It's kind of a little break for me for minicamp to rookie minicamp to OTAs. But Patriots did come out with their training camp schedule, and we have dates. We have, that is 12 of them, starting on July 23rd. It right now is June 10th, so you're going to have to wait a month and 2 weeks. It's a long, long time. So that's why you subscribe to Patriots Today, because we'll be bringing out videos for you every day throughout talking about the Pats. So please. But my final thoughts. For the practices that we've seen with the first-year head coach Mike Vrabel, it's just that the Patriots have hope. It feels like there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I feel like we have a quarterback set in stone. I feel like we have a defense set in stone. We have our wide receivers, and the offensive line is slightly, gradually getting better. So is playoffs on the table? Yes, that is your ceiling. But I think this Patriots team has an extremely high floor. I know it. We haven't seen much. They haven't even put pads on. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I have hope. But I'm not looking forward to waiting over a month until we have Patriots training camp. So if you can't wait until Pats training camp, go ahead and spam the comment section. Spam Pats. Show all Patriots Nation that you were excited for this year and you can't wait for this season to start, because I can't wait. And, well, I'm going to be talking about them nonstop every single day. So that's why you subscribe to the channel, Patriots Today, by Chat Sports. Hit that big red sub button. That's going to do it for today's episode. I'm your host, Brett Alper, and let's go Pats.